Lord have mercy. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
There's no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time. Because at least as a rich man, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit and a $40,000 gold fucking watch.
You didn't put in on this, man.
Better get a receipt, my brother.
I'm in Atlanta right now. In the ATL.
We need you back in Texas.
I'm not sure, man. I got some partners in Dallas, though. I work with a lot of people in Dallas. And then, you know, I got a trustee that's in, actually, Texas. One of my trustees. I make a lot of money with him. So I'm not sure, man. Everybody be needing me everywhere. Hey, COVID hit, man, and, like, it's just crazy, man. It's the best thing that could ever happen for me, actually.
Praise Allah.
I'm just saying, all praises to Allah, man. You know, turn a negative into a positive.
From the dark into the light.
Yes, that's it. But I'm learning contract law, trust law. I'm still listening. I need y'all to understand this. It's infinite. It's infinite. So people just gotta learn how to find their own lane if they're trying to make some money off this stuff, because it is. You can make a lot of money off it. And it's infinite. Infinite knowledge. I keep learning new stuff. But I'm gonna be dropping nationality songs too. It'll probably be after the weekend. But that book is already out on Amazon. And you just gotta learn those key words and learn what they mean. One of them is just sole. I mean, it's your birthright. You're getting access back to your birthright. That's what it's all about. Because everything is a game. We live in a game, we live in a system. We perceive it to be real, but everything is man-made. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to be screen sharing. Let me see. I got some people. Most people's on the phone call. But I got some people. We got Luna Light. We got June. We got Noble. Antoine Bain in the building. People love. So we got some people in here that's not on the phone. I'm about to be screen sharing. So I'm about to throw in election mode. If you're in the chat, though, let me know when you can see my screen. Let me know that you can see my screen. Please not let me open the app back up. Hold on. Oh, here it goes. Alright, so that you can see it. Okay. Now, what I want to bring up about this, you got to keep going. There's so much sauce in this. It's 299 pages. You drop the donation, I'm going to give you the templates, alright? Everybody on the Instagram says, wait, where are we supposed to be so we can see it? I just made a post. Check my story post. Check my wall post. All the information is there. Check my story post. Check my wall post. all the information is there to join the screen share class. Okay? Now, name this open house. Today we're sponsored by Jungle Boy. Follow me. Got that gas on deck. So now, let's get started. As always, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. And I'm going to go fairly quick. Somebody contacted me today and said that their property complex got sold to somebody else. If that's the case, we got letters for that. It's not. I don't believe it's in this ebook, but I do have custom templates just for that situation. Pretty much any situation you can think of for eviction or foreclosure, I got rebuttals, and we can expose some fraud on the record. So they'll leave you alone. You feel me? But we're going to leave her alone. We're going to leave him alone. We're going to pay him. Whatever it may be. Whatever may be paid. Now, me personally, I have always been an advocate of paying my rent, okay? Because rent is prepaid. It's really, I mean, it's not prepaid, but rent is for the future. It's for a future event. It's really not a debt. So with that being said, I had always been an advocate for paying rent, and but hey, I'll show you how to dispute a mortgage. So I'm gonna show you both today, okay? Because if you get eviction notices, this can be a scary event. This can really scare a person, and it can really alter their life in an adverse effect, in an adverse way. And when you're in this adversity state of mind, it's hard to think clearly and to gain prosperity. Okay? There's no funds in your feelings. So if you're upset, you're on the streets, because I've been there, I've been homeless. I'm just different. I just knew I led myself to it, so I had to accept it and get myself through it. But not everybody can think like that. Some people go in a state of panic. So don't panic. Get this. This is not legal advice. The author is not liable for this use. It's for educational and informational purposes only. Now, most of the time, they might give you a 3-day eviction, a week eviction, 10-day eviction. I've seen them all. I'm going to go ahead and just give y'all the code, because this is what it is. If you want the tip to tip me up, I got you. Support the cause. Support the craft. Okay? Let them know. I'm a tenant at such and such. Now, you can even put trust at the end of your address. Don't be scared. Put trust at the end of your address. You got to understand certain things. Trust in estate planning it bypasses probate, right? So say you live at 420 High Street, you could put, I'm a tenant at the 420 High Street trust. Everything's off the trust. Everything's commercial. Cream, baby, cream. There's certain things you could do. That's why it's important that book, become a private member, book, have these one-on-ones with TheDonKilam. I'm writing you because you or your representative notified me via written notice that you'll be terminating my tenancy due to whatever allegation. You allege I'm out of compliance with my lease due to whatever the reason may be. This notice does not comply with the requirements for an eviction notice under Uniform Commercial Code's Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, Bill of Exchange Act, and then your state cashews and codes. Yes, thank you. Thank you. The credit lady says TheDonKilam is the Cash App. Send the donations. Yes, indeed. And if you find on a replay, all you have to do is check the description box. Then we always tell them, provide us with a true and certified copy, not a photocopy, because they don't ever show you the real copy. Now, some might. Some landlords might. But most of the time, they won't. Okay? But let them know, I wish to deal with this matter in writing. Now, do not give your organization permission to contact me by telephone. We need the original copy under penalties of perjury and with unlimited liability. All right? We let them know we're a national. We know about the summary of emergency powers, the executive orders that go along with trading with the enemy, and that have been codified at 12 U.S.C. 95A and B as amended. Okay? We believe under further review, okay? These are our allegations, since they want to make allegations about us. If we're under an eviction, okay? This is helping with eviction. We believe under further review, your company may be in violation of civil RICO racketeering law, 18 U.S.C. 1964. As your company or corporation may have established a pattern of racketeering activity by using mail and other means to collect unlawful debt. Lawful money exchanges can be found at 12 U.S.C. 412 U.S. Code. Title 12, Banks and Banking, 412, Applications for Notes and Collateral Required. If proven as a conspiracy to deprive of property without due process is various constitutional injuries under 18 U.S.C. 241, knowledge and neglect to prevent a United States constitutional law, 31 U.S.C. 5118 D2, none can ask for payment in a specific coin, 31 U.S.C. 3123, there is no money, so no one can demand payment. The United States will discharge debt dollar for dollar. The client is aware and knows that legal tender Federal Reserve notes are not good and lawful money of the United States. This ebook is available that I'm reading, $97 donation. I will send you this ebook, okay? Hashtag open house. Put your email address in the memo box. Send it to Cash App, DONTHEDONKILAM. Everybody that's in this chat, y'all can get it half off. Everybody that's in the class, you can get it half off. Because you joined with me tonight. There's a lot of people in the class. Matter of fact, look. If you can join, if you're in the chat, if you're in the actual chat, this I'm just gonna bless you right now. That's how much I rock with y'all. Boom. Here's the Cash App. Send whatever you can. Send whatever you can. We ain't even through it yet. You don't even know what's in it yet. You don't even know what's in it yet. I can't have my people out in the streets. That's no fun. They're asking how can I get in the class. You got to join the, I told you, the story post or the wall post. Yes, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. More business. I like that. You're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now let's go. So listen, you gotta understand when certain things can't be put on the public record. Now I'll break it down to HJR 192. The United States will discharge the debt dollar for dollar. No, there are no judicial courts in America and has not been since 1789. Appreciate you. There's no judicial courts in America. You got to understand keywords. Understand courts and judicial powers. The client is aware and knows that the undersigned client has been stopped from using and has no access to lawful constitutional money of exchange. Listen, I need y'all to understand what's going on. Appreciate you. Noble, Antoine, Bay in the building. Peace and love. Straight chic. You hear me? We got the chic in the building. Teaching these people the right things. Can't be mad at that. So understand, look, if this works for it, pretty much any dispute, I see this used with tax cases, okay? I'm not saying I'm a licensed attorney or tax expert. What I am saying is I witnessed someone use this to offset their tax bill, okay? A client is aware and knows that the undersigned client has been stopped from using and has no access to lawful constitutional money of exchange to pay debts at law. And pursuant to HJR 192 can only discharge fines, fees, debts, and judgments, dollar for dollar via commercial paper or upon a client exemption. Okay? Now, there's a lot of stuff that's in the TheDonKilam dispute letter, but you got to understand the difference of certain things. So the codes that we're going to pay attention to is the 12 USC right here, 12 USC 412. These are the codes. Pay attention to the codes. Understand what's in there, okay? But the beginning, and you can do this, and you can switch your letters up. Your dispute letters, you just have to start it off so it serves your purpose, okay? It serves your purpose. Now, boom. Let me show you what the difference is. We're going to go to the end. Therefore, you have no grounds to terminate my tenancy. Please promptly confirm that you are withdrawing this notice. In addition, please refrain from filing any eviction notice based on this notice, as such a lawsuit based on an illegal notice may give rise to liability for malicious prosecution. Certified mail, I would get it notarized. I would get it stamped up. These are legal notices. Okay? These are legal notices. And we got different certain letters. But we're always letting them know there's no basis to continue this eviction process. Because you got to understand the power is always yours. If you don't respond to what's going on, then they got power over the contract, because when you sign the lease agreement, you're saying you gave them power. But you have to rebuke it, because if you don't respond, you don't rebuke it. What they say goes. So you got to rebuke it, okay? And this is pretty much similar to the first letter. They have no grounds to terminate the tenancy. They need to withdraw the notice. In addition, please refrain from filing any eviction lawsuit based on this notice. You make sure you keep your copy, because this goes on the record. If they put something on the record with the sheriff, you need to respond right away. Let me see. Yes. Thank you, Credit Healer. Shane, appreciate you. Antoine Bates sent a hefty ass donation. Appreciate you. True Life Exotic sent a big hold up. True Life Exotic. Damn. You have to give me a name too. So yeah, send me your email address, True Life Exotic. Holler at me. Send me your email address. Send a text to 480-573-4879. Again, that's 480-573-4879. To be honest, I could go ahead and clock out, because that's enough donations for tonight. No, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm gonna keep going. I appreciate y'all though. But there's some hefty donations. They must have looked through the book already, because I haven't even got through it yet. Cause listen, because I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on. Towards the end of the book, I break down again the FHA loan. All right? I don't care what your credit score is. It could be bad, it could be good. FHA loan. And then I break down how you can live rent-free with your nonprofit organization. You set it up through the ministry trust. You can get an apartment. My apologies. I ain't got my stand with me. The 508C1A trust, okay? This breaks it down. I got the book, laying the path. The 508C1A trust. All right? And your non-profit is going to be operating as a 508C1A. All right? And then you're going to have with the state, it's going to be the 501C3. This breaks it down. You have to go to this book. Once you got your non-profit laying the path. This is laying the path volume 1. We got 1 and 2. Number 2 shows you how to set it up as a private foundation, a private operating foundation and private foundation. The two different things. Yes, it's on Amazon. So you learn how to set this up. Then you can learn how to get apartments under your nonprofit, or even houses, live rent free with a nonprofit. That's the best way. I think that's less hassle, less stress. Okay. You got people, because there's vacancies right now. There's so many people trying to ain't done rent or whatever. They can just donate it, and I'm gonna get into that. Put open call in your email, in the memo box. I'll be going too fast for y'all home. It's okay to tell me, hey, slow up. Slow up. You're going too fast. Tell me slow up sometimes. It's cool. Now, sometimes they give you an invalid time period. I'm telling you, there is so much in this dispute, man. And this is, if they give you an invalid time period, we even got, there's a little Spanish right there. All the documents I have, if you need them in Spanish, holler at me. I make sure you get them in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Send me a donation. I make sure you get them in Spanish. Say, I need this in Espanol. You know what I'm saying? I rock with the essays too. You feel me? Chiquito Espanol. Motan cerveza. That's all I know. El prostituta. But let me keep going. Electronic notice eviction. Electronic notice eviction. They can't do it. Email, text me. You're trying to evict me by email and text? Yeah, okay, I got you. Gotcha. Yeah, you can respond. These are all responses. Listen, some people get evicted verbally. Real shit. Boom, we got a letter for that. They locked you out, your house, we got a letter for that. Lockout eviction. Okay? You got the lockout eviction. Illegal entry of your landlord. Listen. We're not to the mortgage yet. Listen, when your landlord comes in, they came to your house, they didn't give you 24-hour notice, none of that. We're gonna blue block bam their ass. We got a letter for you, especially if you can prove it. We got a letter for you, and we're gonna get paid. I'm not playing. It's that simple. I would always rescind. You always have the right to rescind, especially when you start bringing up fraud. So New Jersey's famous for lockout. We got the letter. That's what I'm saying. Late fees. I got a letter for a late fee. You ain't got to pay no late fee. If they try to increase your rent, we got a rebuttal for that. TJ says this is fire. I'm just going to leave it up there. Listen. A rent increase must be provided to the tenant by the landlord or appropriate property manager through a proper notice. The rule states that a notice raising residential rent less than 10% of that charge the tenant in the previous 12 months must be given to the tenant at least 30 days before the effective date of the increase. Further, a minimum of 30 days notice is required regardless of whether the tenancy is month to month or any period less than a month. If the rent increase is more than 10% of any month's rent in a tenant's previous 12 months living in a residential unit, there must be a 60-day notice provided to the tenant. So you got to know what's going on in your state. You got to really know the law, to be honest. But we break it down. The rent increase, reputed. Now, we go into mortgages and foreclosures. So basically, these are letters starting off of the first part of the book, the first 40 pages, is templates rebuting evictions and certain things going on, okay? Does that make sense for everybody that's in the class right now? It's in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. You understand what's going on now in the book. You got the gist of the book. Robert Johnson says she knows. Jenny Ali says yes. T.I. News says yes. Okay. Now, all right, we got people on the Instagram saying they understand. Got you. Next is mortgages, okay? Foreclosures. It's kind of the same process. You should treat every mortgage like a foreclosure. Because after 36 months, they're collecting the FDIC insurance anyway because they're saying you abandoned the property. Know that. I've done this class over and over and over. But first, we got the Notice of Claim and Grievance Resolution Request. We're starting the grievance process with the so-called bank, okay? And if there's a mortgage company, make sure you have the mortgage company on there too, okay? And I'm breaking it down. Everybody that joined this class, I hooked you up. Make sure you drop a donation because I'm telling you, what's after this is land trust and patents, okay? Land trust and patents. I'm leading you up to some other stuff, okay? Now, by all means, there's a lot of things that you have to go through with reconveyance, and I have that in my other book, my mortgage dispute book, credit disputes, including mortgages, on Amazon. Let's see if I can find it real quick so I can give y'all. I got so many books, I don't know all the names of them. You follow me? I smoke so much tree. Listen up, but all you gotta do is do a quick little search. Amazon, search TheDonKilam. A lot of people buy the due process book, the child support 10 brands and how to win in court. Those are moving off the shelves pretty quick. But here it is, TheDonKilam's Ultimate Debt Dispute Process. Debt Dispute Process. Your guide for debt disputes, including mortgages and foreclosures. It's only $29.95. You follow me? You're trying to get rid of a mortgage, it's only $29.95. You might want to get that before I up the price. I start getting hungry. If I need to eat, I'm going to up the price. Okay? For $29.99, you see I put off the weight. They say I'm gaining weight. I tell you I'm getting paid. Okay? Easy. Now, let's keep going. Notice the claim and grievance resolution request. With any corporation, before you start jumping up and going to the new level, the next level, hey, I'm taking it to the IRS, I'm taking it to the FTC, the SEC. Once you start doing these things, you got to file a grievance first. You got to go through their processes first. You have to try to go through their remedy first. You follow me? Now, when we're making these claims with any of these businesses that we have loans, direct loans on, but especially a mortgage, you got to send it to the CEO or the CFO. I'm going to send it to the CFO, though, for sure. That's the Chief Financial Officer. That's who's dealing with the finances and credit. They send it to the headquarters address, certified mail. Somebody has to sign for it, and we know they got it. They're going to have the alleged account number, property address, if you know the MIN number, the MERS number. Now here is what you're putting in the dispute. These are facts, okay? They're not going to be able to rebuke this. Listen, these are for the people that's new to this, okay? Not to the people that's true to this, okay? Unrebuted affidavit stands as truth. It's that simple. An unrebuted affidavit stands as truth in commerce. Unrebuted affidavit stands as truth. Okay? Understand that. Unrebuted affidavit. Let's see if we can find the 10 rules. Here we go. The commercial maxim. An unrebuted affidavit stands as truth in commerce. An unrebuted affidavit becomes a judgment in commerce, but you have to enforce the claim. If the prosecutor wants to send you to 7 years, they're going to tell the judge, we recommend 7 years. So if you recommend that you need money in your house back, you got to put it on the record with an affidavit and then tell the judge this is what it is. Because the judge is just there to be the referee. You follow me? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Let that sink in. Let me know that this makes sense right now. Type it in the chat. If you're on the live, you're on the replay, put it in the comment box. It makes sense. Genealogy, yep, makes sense. Okay, so look, you gotta understand. Court is court. The prosecutor tells the court what to do because they have power over you. Let us take a sip. Now, let's continue. Understand, when you have a mortgage, if you pay it, you're making an investment to a mortgage-backed security. You know, this isn't in the book. This is just extra sauce. Understand what mortgage-backed securities are. I'm going to speak from Investopia.com. A mortgage-backed security is an investment similar to a bond that is made up of a bundle of home loans bought from the banks that issued them. Investors in MBSs periodically receive payments similar to bond coupon payments. Mortgage-backed securities are a bundle of home loans bought from the banks that issued them. So they're a bundle of home loans. When you pay your home loan, you're investing into a mortgage-backed security. I'm going to break it down further. Asset-backed security is a form of an asset-backed security. When you pay your credit card bill, they're converting it into an asset-backed security because all debts are prepaid. That's simple. This is what's going on with most mortgages right here. There are two types of MBSs. I'm going to talk about one. The pass-through trust. Pass-throughs are structured as trusts in which mortgage payments are collected and passed through to investors. Your money's going to investors. Who the fuck are you think? Listen, you got me cussing now. Who you thought you was paying a bill? You thought you was paying a bill? Huh? You thought you was paying what? Listen, all bills are prepaid. You don't understand what's going on. That's all I'm saying. Does this make sense? Did TheDonKilam just make it make sense for you? Let me know. Pass-throughs are structured as trusts, which mortgage payments are collected and passed through to investors. Islam makes sense. I appreciate that. I'm just going to let that sink in. So, you're paying a mortgage, you're paying investors. It's that simple. Let's go back to the dispute letter. You know how to follow the paper trail. That's a whole different book, a whole different another video. So what just asked me how to get a loan. How to get a house without a loan. First of all, you need to get a loan. Get your credit right. It's not hard to get your credit right. It's not hard to get your credit to a 580. But there it is. It's that simple. No money down. USDA Rural Development. USDA Rural Development. That's how you get it. A USDA home loan is a zero down payment mortgage for eligible rural home buyers. USDA loans are issued through the USDA loan program, also known as the USDA Rural Development Guaranteed Housing Loan Program by the United States Department of Agriculture. Who qualifies? Where was that at? Let me find it. You might qualify for a USDA loan if you have an average salary for your area and credit score of 640 or higher. USDA loans can be used to buy a home only in a rural or suburban area. Typically qualifying areas of a population under 20,000. But some people don't need a credit score. Listen, in some places you don't. You can't exceed $91,000 a year in your house. $91,000 a year. 92,000. 91 if you have 1 to 4 members. Anything over 5 to 8 members, 120. I mean, there's rules. Do your own research. I'm just giving you the sauce right now. I'm just giving you the sauce. They said they need to pass that money back through my pockets. I'm about to show you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm about to go back. But somebody said, how can I get a loan? How can I get a house loan or whatever with no money down? Boom, the USDA loan. But don't ever think you're going to get something for nothing. That's why I said the FHA loan. Put 10% down, so at least you gave something. So if they ever try to dispute it, hey, I gave you that. Word is bond. I gave you something because you. Let me keep going. If you're a private member, you know what it is. The note was never transferred to REMIC, thus it was not secured, okay? That's why you got to understand security. What is the REMIC? I'm about to show you what is a REMIC. Real estate mortgage investment conduit. An entity that holds a fixed pool of mortgages and issues multiple classes of interest in itself to investors. So this is one of the processes that it has to go through in order for the MBS and pass-through trust. It has to go through REMIC. That makes sense. Let me know that makes sense. Some of y'all listen. Some of these questions that y'all asking me, y'all need to watch my old videos or become a private member, or y'all wouldn't be asking me some of these questions. They ask me, what if the landlord already evicted you? Well, is there such thing as time, damn it? Is there such thing as time? Nut pro tunk. Nut pro tunk. Go read TheDonKilam's book. Go buy a book instead of blowing me up in the chat. These questions. Makes sense. Thank you. That's how I know you haven't been studying TheDonKilam. It will pay to invest in TheDonKilam. It will pay out for you to understand what's going on. TheDonKilam will make it make sense. Google can't do what I do. You follow me? DuckDuckGo can't do what I do. The guru you've been following can't do what I do because I do it how I do it. All roads lead back to TheDonKilam. You hear me? Duck Pro Tuck. Listen, if this shit was supposed to be on the record 100 years ago, I'll Duck Pro Tunk it. Prove to me that time is real. It's always right now. It's that simple. Deciding on now. That's what one definition of a Don is. Okay? Boom. Time never was. Duck Pro Tunk. That's what I like. I love a sheik that talks like that. Shout out to Sheik Antoine Bay. Straight up. Because all the sheiks won't tell you what I'm telling you. Shout out to Sheik Taj Tariq Bay. You know, I give honors when honors is due. Now, I was the investor. I want my proceeds. I was an investor. I want my proceeds. We're gonna listen. I don't want to confuse people. There has to be a lot of crazy questions. I'm not tapping into that. Book a call. Pick my mind. I need to pick your pocket. Okay? It's that simple. We're gonna keep it simple. I'm showing people how to live free right now. Dispute letters. Learn this. This is just the basics. There's levels to it, okay? Now, I'm not digging deep into any levels. We're sticking to the basics here tonight. People, you didn't pay shit for this class. Quit asking me your questions. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to know how to get money, maybe you should pay somebody so you can learn how to get money. It takes what goes around comes around. You follow me? Now, you got to know where attention goes, power flows. Whatever you want in life, you always get. Whatever you truly desire, you always get. They always say you abandoned your property. That's what I'm trying to tell you. After 36 months, they say you abandoned your property. And then the home is paid for by the mortgage default insurance. The mortgage default insurance. So I brought my book. Listen. Become a member and book a call. You'll get the cars cheaper. If you're a non-member, you can book a car. And then I'll probably reschedule maybe once or twice because I'm always busy doing private meetings. You really want to meet me, you're going to pay me to pull up to you in your city. That's how I know you're really rocking with me. If you really want to talk to me and pitch me a business idea, you're going to drop that money for a virtual call. You follow me? Like, hey, man, I didn't need nothing, man. I just want to pitch you this business idea. That's real shit. Get with it or get lost. That's how I feel. As simple as that. Links in the bio. Cut the shit. Back to the topic, because I'm giving y'all free sauce. I'm going to stop giving y'all free sauce because people who pay respect your time, space, and energy. It's just simple as that. It's simple as that. Sia News says his YouTube is great source too, not long and drawn out, just straight to the info. I don't play. I don't play. I like that. That's a good testimonial. And if you're really rocking with me, start dropping videos and testimonials. Show me you rocking with me. You see motherfuckers talking shit, rebuke that shit. Instead of just jacking my shit and trying to make money off it. Nigga, real recognize real. For real. I get a game for the low. For the low. For the Lizzo. The home was paid with the default insurance. I never abandoned property. However, I rescind my consumer application. Someone says, should we rescind? Should we rescind? Always. I rescind that shit. Fuck you mean? That's your right. I never abandoned my property. This was an unconscionable transaction. Per 12 CFR, Part 1026, Regulation Z 15A2. Now you're in Federal Trade Commission and Securities and Exchange Commission fraud. By reporting anything but debt is paid in full, you are open to lawsuit under the FDCPA. I am the depositor and true creditor for this account. Therefore, you never risk any of your assets at any time, and you fail to provide disclosure. And I proved to you, I walked you down step by step on what's going on to prove that this dispute letter is real. Because when you're sitting here looking at it, hey, I don't know what's going on. I already did the study. I already did the research. I just showed you. The mortgage-backed security. Does this dispute make sense? Genealogy says this is fire. TJ says straight up, no BS. Right. You're not paying rent no more. You're not paying a mortgage no more. You can drop $97 for this ebook. As simple as that. No more rent, no more mortgage. Sometimes you got to walk by faith, not by sight. That's why I'm showing you what's going on. Investopia.com, okay? Showing you what's going on. This is a self-executing contract, all right? There's a little bit more research to do. Now, this next dispute letter, this goes along. This is the mortgage dispute letter as well, okay? There's more. There's more. You see we're only on page 45. Listen, I just showed you how to get a free USDA rural development loan. There's plenty of YouTube videos on that. All you got to do is make under $91,900. As simple as that. Simple as that. We're about to get back to the FHA loan. And then how you can use You can use your ministry, trust, and nonprofit to get houses and apartments. That's simple, man. Breaking down the game. Now, always, this is administrative remedy procedure. Administrative remedy procedure. This is just like a grievance, the same way we was just doing with the last one. This is not sovereignty. This is none of that. This is what the Privacy Act and Truth in Lending Act, TILA, requests as an affidavit and plain statement of fact. Okay? I'm just breaking down facts. And they're required to respond and act to a borrower's request for disclosure of information regarding the purported debt. And this is with anybody you got a loan from, okay? This goes outside the scope and realm of just mortgages. This section right here. The disclosure of information and administrative remedy under notary and or witness presentment that make them have to certify their stuff, all right? Let's put the account number, and I'll put it, like, again, it's going to the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer. So, look, dude's name is Mike Stanio or something, because I've seen people have Wells Fargo. Yeah, Mike. So look, say Wells Fargo made this claim, mortgage claim or whatever. This is who we're sending it to. All right? I would put his name in there like this. I would spell his name out. Then I would put DBA, doing business as Chief Financial Officer. And then I would put it in care of Wells Fargo, and then Wells Fargo's headquarter address. Find their headquarter address, and it's that simple. Boom, it's right there, 420 Montgomery Street. I've used it enough times, I know what it is. So, 420 Montgomery Street, San Francisco, California. That's how I would do that. When I send things certified mail. We'll let them know that, again, I'm going to break down these facts. These are the allegations and claims. These are our allegations and claims. Peace and love, peace and love. I am the creditor in this matter. You are the debtor in this matter. You are not the creditor or the assignee of the creditor in this instant matter. I am not the debtor in this matter. You are not the real party interest in this matter. You did not put any assets at your risk in this matter. So they didn't put up any assets. You only lent debit or credit in this matter. You commingle definitions to confuse or mislead the borrower in addressing the distinct products of a mortgage. Specifically, the two separate documents are mortgage and note. Some references refer to the mortgage as mortgage agreement, agreement mortgage contract, deed of trust, security deed, and contract therein. Affiant refers to the mortgage as mortgage or contract. The note is referred to as note, mortgage note, deed of trust note, and promissory note. Herein, the affiant refers to the note as note or promissory note. So we're reconstruing our definitions. Now, I would always, if somebody, before we can go further, I would always demand to see the original deed of trust. Provide the original deed of trust. That's simple. And the wet ink signature. They're always going to show a photocopy. They're going to certify it. You purposely destroyed the genuine original note to securitize a new and fraudulent note. You are calling the note promissory note or deed of trust note a note, when in reality the note is a security by true definition, C15 USC 78 C10. See, I've been doing this consumer law. They just now calling it consumer law. I've been using the code. But listen, I broke it down already at the beginning. How this is a mortgage-backed security, MBS, an MBS, an MBS, an MBS. I'm gonna keep saying it till it makes sense. Say it with me, MBS, like NBC or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like a TV show. MBS, mortgage-backed security. They purposely destroyed the genuine original note to securitize a new and fraudulent note. And most of these notes don't leave escrow. That's where the original notes usually stay. They're buying, selling, or trading notes as fraudulent securities. They use legalese in the mortgage documents as a means of stripping the borrower's right to defense, converting real property from its true owner. And this is a criminal act of conversion through fraudulent means, and therefore the mortgage documents are evidence of a criminal act and cannot be used as such, used by their company in this instant matter. The United States has a primary mortgage right and or status on the real property in question, and such cannot be circumvented by company and fraudulent and unlawful mortgage process documents. They have been paid in full for the contract in question. If they fail to join all indispensable parties, as joining would be prima facie evidence in fraudulent acts of securitizing a note. They're involved in the securitization of the promissory note, and the indispensable parties to this action must be joined as one in any rebuttal, response, reply, answer, and or the like. They're using a corporate entity or trust in furtherance of fraudulent acts. Let me say that again. They're using a corporate entity or trust in furtherance in fraudulent acts. I'm reading from Open House. This is a $97 ebook. If you want this ebook, drop a donation on the Cash App, TheDonKilam on the Cash App. Put hashtag Open House and your email address in the memo box. Let me know that this is making sense, class. Yes, the lease is basically a promissory note, similar. He says I haven't signed it yet. They want me to waive constitutional rights. Sign it, all rights reserved. That's how I do it. I always put all rights reserved as my signature, or just ARR. I'm glad it's making sense for everybody. Like I said, that's why I broke it down. Before I even get to the dispute letters, I'm going to break down the NBS for you. Like, because listen, a lot of people just ain't studying. You got to study the right stuff. You come and look at these dispute letters in your law because you don't know what to study first. You follow me? Greg says it's simple. It is. Once you learn it. Now, there's other things. This book is called Open Call. It's not available yet on Amazon, but I have the ebook for you. Jeannie says donations drop. And I will send you, you send the donation, I'm going to send you templates too. I'm going to send you templates for everything. You send a donation. Yes, I got donations. I appreciate you, Kevin Jackson, Robin Johnson, Ioana. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I see you. Appreciate all the donations. I haven't checked the Zelle yet. I appreciate the Zelle donation too. I haven't checked the Zelle yet. Let me see. I got to respond to some emails. I'm about to get this virtual assistant, y'all. I'm about to set up a meeting this week. Yeah, 15 USC, 1693. A lot of people use that as well. I don't use that per se because I be getting so much remedy. Yes, you can Cash App me. The Cash App. Let me put this in here again. Open Call in your email address in the memo box. Make sure I have your email address. If you drop the donation already for the book, you can send a screenshot of the donation. Make sure I see the Cash App name so I can see the Cash App name and the time, okay? Send it to 480-573-4879. Again, that's 480-573-4879. Now, I'm breaking down how they securitize a promissory note. And you're the investor now. And they have no immunity. I appreciate you. They have no immunity for the fraudulent act. There's no immunity for fraud. Okay? They're going to have to cover the loss fees, the cost fees, the damages, including without limitations, emotional damages, and etc. Okay? Now, here's where the stuff gets tricky. Okay? I'm breaking down more. So like she said, we got Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 U.S.C., 1640. We got 1666 and 1681. Okay? These are the codes that I'm implementing. She says she uses 1693. Okay? I'm using Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 U.S.C., 1640, 1666, and 1681. They're wrongfully and improperly, illegally reporting negative information. Okay? Along with it's called the Fair Isaac Corporation score. Okay, the FICO score. Now we're going to implement, let's get that all wrong, recoupment. Okay? Breaking down recoupment, what's going on with the recoupment, how they're supposed to file their balance sheet. A lot of people don't even know what's going on the accounting. I'm not going to break all this down, but I'm letting you know this is in my dispute letter. Okay? What they're supposed to do with the on the accounting and how they're supposed to ledger the balance sheet. All right? Because when you listen, let me just break it down a little bit so I can try to make it make sense for you. Under 12 USC 1813, when you give a deposit, bank, mortgage company, or you get a supposed loan owner obtains a promissory note, it becomes a cash item, and they're required to give me a cash receipt. You owe me that money under a recoupment or asset. If I take the receipt back, you should give me some money. You call it an offset in accounting, but in the Uniform Commercial Code, it's called a recoupment. Under UCC 3-306, you cannot be a holder in due course on a promissory note after you deposit it. Okay? Let me state that again, because I did kind of go fast. You cannot be a holder in due course on a promissory note after you deposit it. You do an off-balance sheet entry. This means you take my note after you sell it. Instead of showing it on your balance sheet, you move it over to some other entity's balance sheet, and it's no longer on your books. This is called off-balance sheet bookkeeping. This is under FAS 125, and these are accounting codes, okay? Securitization accounting. FAS 140, offsetting the financial assets and liabilities. FAS 133, derivatives on hedge accounts, okay? And then we're breaking down the generally accepted accounting principles, the GAAP. They're mandated by 12 USC to follow the GAAP, okay? We demand recoupment, settlement, and closure. And you use this for court, whatever, man. Listen. You got to understand what's going on when you start learning these things. I know this stuff's deep. But this is the stuff you need to study. FAS 140 relates to UCC 3-305 and 306. If they know how to do offset, settling, and closing, we demand recoupment, settlement, and closure. The creator of the promissory note have signed it and others are using it. Recoupment means I want my property back or have the account set off. Recoupment in practice is a counterclaim in a civil procedure. I'm the creditor on the liability side or the accounts payable. You must use my accounts payable as an offset or counterclaim to the financial asset side. That is the receivable. I'm entitled to my set-off when I make a deposit. It is a cash receipt and a cash proceed. Everything becomes a cash proceed in commercial law under Article 9. And you show it as cash proceed. You must give me a credit to my account that is actually a cash receipt to me, the customer, in order to purported borrower. Then you do a cash payment to the bank. The bank sells the note. Then they do a home equity line of credit and sell it to a warehouse lending institution. Under Civil Rule 13, I hereby bring a mandatory counterclaim and demand copies of the S3 registration statement. The form you filed that shows you sold the note that is a transfer. The 424B5 prospectus, the balance sheet, the FR2, these are all forms, FR 2046, 2049, 2099. They have OMB numbers on them and are subject to disclosure under the Privacy Act, Title 5 U.S.C. 552b4. So if you fail to make disclosure, you will be in violation of TILA 15 U.S.C. 1601, the Privacy Act. Okay, and then we got 5 U.S.C. 552b4, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act 15 U.S.C. 1692, and Title 12 U.S.C. 2605. And there's our relief. We need the money paid in full. On the accounting side, they have no right to the real property in question. They must return the deed of trust. That's important right there. Return the original deed of trust. They can't. We're stating our claims. Should you come out with an affidavit of a lost note or distorted instrument number under UCC 3-309, you have to show 4 elements to claim a lost instrument. We break it down. Then we're asking for remedy under release. All right? And you're going to have to break it down. How long was you paying? When did you get the mortgage? How long was you supposed to pay? What's the amount of the full mortgage? Follow me? You're going to have to convert it. If you need help, book a call. You feel me? This is your remedy. You got to state your claim. I always put when I'm dealing with these people, I always put an affidavit of status of secure party and creditor. That's in there. How to fill out the Form 56. The notice concerning fiduciary relationships. The public servants, the trustees. You have to learn how to appoint them as honor-bound, duty-bound fiduciaries. Power of attorney, how to do that, declaration of representative. The 1066, this is dealing with the U.S. real estate mortgage investment conduit. Because basically they're saying you're gifting these proceeds to them. When you assess it, now it's a tax. Now it's a tax issue, it's a tax matter because you're saying you're not gifting these. You thought you was paying something. That's fraud. It's that simple, it's fraud. I'm just saying, y'all see it, right? Yeah, okay. Just so y'all see it. Now, 1066. Boom. So then, if you have an actual mortgage already, learn how to create your own land trust. Peace and love, peace and love. Create your own land trust agreement. This is it. This is your land trust agreement. Put it on with the county deeds office. I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all this info for the Lizzo. The Lizzo. It's for the low. You're welcome. Told y'all I was going to go through it pretty quick. That's the whole land trust. Schedule A tells you what to put in with the Schedule A. Tells you what to put on for the Schedule B. Tells you what to put on for the Schedule C. Okay? Tells you what to put on for the Schedule D. That's going to pay the trustee. Okay? Next is the land patent. I include the land patent with the land trust. I include the patent in the trust. I put all this on together. Okay? I'm not showing you detail for detail on how to do this, but the information is there. Put it on the record with the county deeds office, everything. Especially when you begin to learn reconveyance. You got to learn how to reconvey the title properly. Because you hold the power of everything. You hold the power. You give your power away. But they can't dispute these things, okay? It tells you who to send this to. So you're going to want to put this on record with the Department of the Interior, Bureau of Land Management. This what makes your land private, allodial, and like a reservation, so to speak. This is where everything is put on for the Indian reservations and all of that, okay? Department of the Interior, Bureau of Land Management. Listen, this is not to sound silly, should we put a lease on on the deeds records. Listen. I just did a Google search of recording affidavits. When you record affidavits on land, you record affidavits on anything. That's the spoken word. Deeds and records office. Okay, we're looking in Fulton County now. You can put them on anything. That's your right. That's the public record. You follow me? You file deeds, you file affidavits. I'm not looking tax affidavits. Look at this. Documenting transfer and tax affidavits. Deeds of trust. You gotta understand what the county deeds office is for. You follow me? Policies and procedures is not real law. Understand that. That's why it's not on the record. Let that sink in. Does that make sense? Policies and procedures is not law. That's why it's not on the record. Does it make sense? That would be yes. I just want to fuck them up because they try to steal my wealth. And then if they fail to try to put your information on the record, I got information. Check one of my books. I'm trying to tell you. Like, word is bond. We'll just pull this book out, for instance. Word is bond. Word is bond. I just want y'all to see, man. I got cover letters. Hit me up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All you gotta do is come talk to me. If a court clerk fails, put your information on the record. You got a whole fee schedule for them. That's their job. That's their duty. I can't find it. I don't think it's in this book. But understand the clerk has a private money investment account. Has a government code according to clerk's practice. The clerk of the U.S. District Court is a registrar in admiralty. Understand why they got their accountant. They handle the money. Affidavit moves money around, okay? Creates bonds. And I can look it up right here. I can pull up the file. The God is good. Thank you for the guide. Appreciate that. Court clerk must file your documents. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Let me know that y'all can see that in the chat. Yeah, y'all can see it. Everybody in the chat, I'll make sure y'all get this. Court clerk must file your documents. That's law. And if you go listen to some of my calls, one guy was having problems and he said, I sent him this cover letter and he hasn't had a problem since from his court clerk for filing his information. And I get that a lot, okay? Get that a lot. Appreciate it. I appreciate the donation. I got it on the Zelle. Appreciate you. The minute you receive an affidavit, it is recorded. Should you refuse to record my affidavits or any other documents once deposited with you, you are committing a crime against justice under statutes at large. Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 5D4, acceptance by the clerk. A clerk must not refuse to file a paper solely because it's not in the form prescribed by these rules or by local rule or practice. I'm not using sovereign rules. I'm using their rules, okay? I'm using their rules. They have to follow their rules. They have to follow their policy. So we're implementing their policy. I need you to understand this. A clerk does not have the authority to make any judicial decisions about your paperwork or case. His or her duties are ministerial and not tribunal. The tribunal who gets to make the decisions regarding the quality of a paper, the clerk must file your paper on demand, sent by registered mail if she or he refuses to comply. Anyone who removes the document from the record can be punished for up to 3 years in prison according to 18 U.S.C. 2071. Again, this is why I label things as evidence. 18 U.S.C. 2071. Whoever willfully and unlawfully conceals, removes, mutilates, obliterates, or destroys or attempts to do so, or with intent to do so, or other things filed and deposited with any clerk or courts of any court of the United States or in any public office or with any judicial or public office of the United States shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 3 years of both. I mean, it goes on and on. The clerk of a court, like the recorder, is required to accept documents filed. It's that simple. An instrument is deemed in law filed at the time it's delivered to the clerk, regardless of whether the instrument is file marked. Any other questions about what needs to be filed? This is why I usually just stick to my topics, y'all. So I'm gonna bring y'all some clarity tonight for you, man. It's almost a full moon. And then boom, we're implementing the fee schedule with this cover letter. Understand policy, understand procedures. Everything is contract law. And there's more case law. It goes on and on. It's 7 pages of what the clerk has no discretion in the matter of filing papers recognized by law properly belonging in the record of causes. It is not for the clerk to inquire into the purposes or contents of such papers or into the circumstances given rise to them or attending their preparation. You follow me? Gotta get this next thing going. Let me know that this is making sense. That's the clerk's court. So, it's the court of records. What you put on the record goes. That's how they know what's going on in life. And on the record, they have control over you. Don't put it like that. Now, back to the book. That's the land patent. Read it, see what's going on. More case law. The patent carries the fee and is the best title known to a court of law. It's a settled doctrine of the court. A patent is the highest evidence title and is conclusive against the government and all claiming under junior title until it is set aside or annulled by some judicial tribunal. Insurance of a government patent granting title to land is the most accredited type of conveyances known to our law. USA versus the Creek Nation, U.S. versus Cherokee Nation. Land cannot be taxed. If a land patent is current, I am not a tenant. I'm hereby revoke your power of attorney and withdraw my consent for you to tax me based upon the value of my land. Please look into this matter immediately. All rights reserved. Short form declaration of land patent. I'm telling you, I'm breaking down the game. Breaking down the game. All you got to do is read it. Land patents are crucial. Land patents are powerful. And as always, again, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for educational, informational purposes only. There's the addresses of the Land Bureau Management in your local area. Breaks down the definitions. These are important. The definitions. Because we're only on page 100. There's 229 pages. 229 pages. Okay? Look. Listen. You need to learn how to update your status as a foreign national, with the WA ban. You guys about property tax removal. Listen, I'm not getting into any of that right now. Drop a donation, book a call. Go look at my book. Go see what I got. Go look up TheDonKilam. Go look at his videos. Talk about, it's called W4T. WA bans, how to update your status as a foreign national. Look up affidavit of status. I have all of that. Okay? Go watch those videos. You wouldn't be asking me these questions. I even went over how somebody used my dispute letter to get out of a tax issue. Follow me. It's about status correction. Update your status correctly. Learn how to become a national. Learn how to use a WA ban. Affidavit of foreign status. They're in all my books. I talk about this stuff all the time. Allodial. Allodium. Beneficial interest. Beneficial owner. The Sister K trust. The Sister K use. The deed. Equitable interest. Equitable owner. Equitable ownership. Equitable right. Fee estate. Fee simple. Feudal. Feudal tenor. Fiduciary. Listen, I'm going to stop on the fiduciary. Let me stop here. Fiduciary is a person having duty created by his undertaking to act primarily for another's benefit in matters connected with such undertaking. A person or institution who manages money or property for another and who must exercise a standard of care in such management activity imposed by law or contract, such relationships as executor, administrator, trustee, and guardian. Leasehold, leasehold interest, legal estate, legal owner, legal title, mortgage, occupancy, occupant, occupied, occupying, claimant act, odal, owner, ownership, periodic tenancy, person, real estate, right of possession, stolen, unconditional owner, tenant, title, trustee. Trusteeship vested. That's it. That's the open house book right there. That's it. That's how you get out of a mortgage. That's how you live rent free. That's how you get out of eviction. Whole 105 pages. Now you know you found that valuable. You can't stunt. Next. Check this out. The FHA loan. You need to know what's going on with the FHA loan. The FHA loan. I'm not talking about my book today, which book to go grab. We're talking about one book right now, Open House. And if you want it, cash out TheDonKilam. For real. This is why I make these motherfuckers pay. Why don't be doing free classes for you mother. Quit asking a motherfucking question. You want to pick my mind, I need to pick your pocket. Go do your own search. You want to know about what TheDonKilam has to offer, go search TheDonKilam. Damn it, don't ask me. If you have a problem with Amazon, talk to Amazon. Don't ask me. I don't work for Amazon. I just contract with them through an app. If you can't figure it out, I can't help you. It sucks for you. It's that simple. Nigga. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Now, FICO score. If you have a FICO score, at least 580. or better. 3.5% down. 3.5% down. 3.5% down. 3.5% down. If your score is between 500 and 579, then it's 10% down required. Okay? There's things that need to be done, you know, that they're gonna want to see, but that's not hard. Allodial title is the purest form of entrepreneurship, right along with diamonds and gold. TheDonKilam. But FHA loans, man, I'll break down about FHA loans, how to apply for an FHA loan. And I really like the FHA loan. I know so many people that got approved with the FHA loan and it's changed their life dramatically. But why I really brought this up is because anything that's considered 4 units or less is considered residential property. Okay? I want to show you why I'm bringing this up. Residential property is property zoned specifically for living or dwelling for individuals or households. It may include standalone single-family dwellings to large multi-unit apartment buildings. Okay? This is Investopia.com again. But anything with 4 units or less. So residential real estate can be single-family homes, condominium units, apartments, townhomes, duplexes, and so on. So with that being said, you learn the residential game, you can utilize this to get the apartment. You can utilize this to get a condo or a duplex or something, some townhouses, a couple townhouses. And you just, the only requirement, you're going to have to live in one. But you can rent the rest out and now pay for the mortgage yourself. I would not offset the FHA because after a year you can refinance it, get into another mortgage, and use the FHA again. FHA wants to see steady payments over 12 to 24 months. There's the loan requirements again. 580 credit score or better, 3.5% down. That's cheap. It's cheap. In some places they give you up to like $800,000, and you go to Texas somewhere like that. That's a nice house. That's a nice house. So that's about FHA loans. I'll break that down. This book that I'm talking about is The Open House. The Open House. Yes, Cash App. TheDonKilam. Thank you. Now, there's more. There's a little bit more sauce left. A little more sauce left in this book. Okay? You still got to keep going. I gave this information out free, but a lot of people didn't get it because I only gave it out on like a certain platform. I think on Facebook. And I never really went over this. All right. Now, this book right here is Living Rent-Free as a Nonprofit. Living Rent-Free as a Nonprofit by TheDonKilam. Living Rent-Free as a Nonprofit. This guide will explain to you how to get a home rent-free. Practice makes perfect. The information in this guide is for entertainment purposes only. Step 1, tax-exempt status. Form a 508c1A and start a 501c3, partnered or created by the 508c1A. To complete the step, read Laying the Path by TheDonKilam. Laying the Path. Create a donation receipt for your entity. Use the following examples to create your donation receipt. Form a 508c1A and a state 501c3 partnered or created by the 508c1A. And if you lost right now, the 508, that's why you need to get the book. But the 508c1a is the trust, the ministry trust. And then for the state to recognize the ministry trust, it has to be set up as a nonprofit, 501c3. Okay? The book shows you how to do it. The donation receipt will be made out by the 501c3, the nonprofit. So there's a Feeding of America receipt. If you ever donated to charity, you've seen the receipt. Vehicle donation receipts, you can donate your vehicle to charity. Now, if you need, it says execute your plan. Ask the housing manager or apartment management if they are willing to donate an apartment to charity in exchange for a donation receipt. The donor will receive 100% tax credit payment from the IRS. And all you have to do is call the IRS and ask them if you have any questions. 1-800-829-4933. There's another receipt right there. It's that simple. This includes the EIN numbers included with the ministry trust or the nonprofit. This also works for cars. This will work best with a car dealership because most private owners will want the payment up front. You need to speak to the owner or manager to ask if they have any 6-month-old inventory. If they say yes, great. Let them know that they may donate old inventory to your nonprofit to receive full payment from the IRS when they file their taxes with your donation receipt. For home rental, you need to speak to the owners. Use the same principles finding 6-month-old inventory when you check your listings. That's for sale by owner or for rent by owner, because the homeowner may be open to renting to you in this manner. Do what is best for you. Do not rely on any or just one person except yourself to help you in any given situation. Study is important. The IRS are the experts. If you have any questions concerning any of the matters, contact them. Okay? If you wish to speak with Don Kilam concerning any kind of matters, you can text me at 480-573-4879. The Cash App ID is THEDONKILAM, TheDonKilam. And that's the sauce right there. That's the sauce. That's the sauce. She said you got a foreign EIN, but you're scared to use it. Listen, I don't talk to people like you. I'm just going to be honest. When people say things to be like that, I just ignore them. Like, you need to study. Listen, I use EINs to operate in business. Because it's a business. You follow me? Does that make sense for everybody? So if you understand the nonprofit, it's geniality succinct. The sauce made the food taste better. That's funny. The sauce made the food taste better. I like that. That's dope. But it's not hard to come out here and live a certain way. You just gotta be scared. Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Come out here. Greg says it makes sense. Come out here. Try some things. You might fail. Keep trying. Don't stop. Get it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You follow me? You should remorses be nice. I'm just being honest. Listen. Someone says they're scared to use the EIN. You need to go to church. Where do you need to go? One place for you, church. Scared, go to church. So I've been to the mountaintop, now I see the Don. That's funny. I'll break down something simple to you. Listen, I say this in all my videos, in all my old videos. Listen, go watch my old videos. The EIN is the master. The social is the slave. You out here utilizing the social security number that falls under Social Security Trust. They owe you money, Mom. You the slave. All the money gets paid out to the EIN. You follow me? Because everything is paid in labor. You follow me? Everything is paid in labor. They pledge the people. You follow me? I don't know how much simpler I can get than that. Listen, that's $1 million worth of game. Just think about that. The Social Security number works for the EIN number. They pledge the people's labor. So you got to learn how to cash in on the labor. Learn how to cash in on your labor. You can't cash in on your labor unless you're utilizing the employee identification number. Because in their system, you cash in on the labor through the social. Let me know that makes sense. I just try to make it drop simple, like that's the simple jewels right there. Simple, 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 simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. You follow me? You still stuck on the application. You still stuck on the W-4. I'm trying to tell you, fill out W-4T. W-4T. Yes, EIN is the master, the social is the slave. I've been saying this for years. Listen, everybody that's been following me along since day one, wave again tonight. Thanks for the blessings, family. Everybody says you make it sound so easy. Makes sense for sure. Fire. Everybody that's been following me since day one got an EIN in 2017. So when the PPP rolled around, they had 4 or 5 EINs. Wasn't nothing to get 4 or 5 PPP loans. You sitting at 100,000 with 5 of them. You follow me? I'm trying to tell you, listen, everybody been following me since the beginning and been rocking with me and done everything that I told them to do. Touch 6 figures this year. I know people that touch quarters of millions with TheDonKilam this year. Straight from the trenches, straight from the slums, never had nothing in their life. You feel me? I know people straight from the slums, they driving nice cars, nice whips, never had nothing. Never had nothing. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, one of my homeboys, man, we're not going to put his information out. You know what I'm saying? He already shouted me out. He did a quick video. This man touched 6 figures this year. And didn't have to pay back a single dime. Didn't have to pay back a single dime. 6 figures. Life-changing. Living the life of his dreams. Every time I see his post, he's with his daughter, doing something with his child. Always together. And always shouts me out. That's real shit. That's real shit. 6 figures. I got people touch 6 figures this year. That means a lot. Listen, man. Study. Do the research. TheDonKilam done did the study. Listen, the stuff I'm putting out is years of research. Years of research. 5 to 10 years of research. Before I could even try to talk to you about it, trying to make it make sense for you. We were seeing remedies. We were seeing successes. And to be honest with you, I didn't know how everything was truly working. You follow me? I didn't know what was really going on. But I studied, I researched. I need to tell the people how this works and why it works. If I don't know, if I can't explain it to you, that means I don't know it. So that's why I break it down and explain it to you, because I know it. If I'm talking about it, that means I know it. With that, I'm out, man. I appreciate y'all, man. The blessings on blessings on blessings. Thank you, TheDonKilam. Open house. Living rent-free and mortgage-free. Stick to the end. Go all the way to the end, and it breaks down the bonus sauce of how to live with your nonprofit. Okay? Living rent-free as a nonprofit. With that, I'm out. Prosperity is your divine birthright. I need you to know that. I need you to know who you are. You can get this ebook, $97. The Cash App, TheDonKilam. Much peace and love. And remember, prosperity is your divine birthright. Rest well, y'all.